Alright, so really quickly, I just wanted to talk about this. I was thinking about this one thing, right? So let me show you this real quick. I am running Linux. As you can see by this NeoFetch, this is Linux Mint. It's a great operating system. The reason I'm not actually screen recording this is because I actually can't, because I haven't set up OBS yet, and stuff is holding me back. But it's working just fine for me. I'm actually pretty much enjoying my time on this computer. Except, something is not quite right. You see, I have an image of Harry Potter on this computer, right? So let me go ahead and open Play on Linux and install a new program and install a non-listed program. And it comes up with like the manual install thing. And yeah, this is all normal. I'm just gonna install a new program. Let's call this hard drive Harry Potter. I can't have spaces, so Harry_Potter will do. So Harry Potter is like the game I speedrun, specifically Harry Potter Part 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm just gonna skip through all this. 64-bit installation. And it's going to configure Wine for me, right? This is all normal. Except, it then asks me to select the install medium. So let me go ahead and find the image. I have it in my downloads folder because I need a specific version of Harry Potter 3 to run for speedruns. So yeah, here's the ISO. There's this, because I need a specific version for speedrunning because I need a frame capper and that kind of stuff, and they just prepared a nice package for me that has all that stuff included so that I can just get up and running. I own the disc, so there's nothing wrong with me doing it this way. It's just, this is the most recommended method for doing that. So let me go ahead and, oh, look at that! It crashed! So yeah, that's basically the biggest issue I've been having with Linux. It doesn't want to run any of my Windows apps, and it's just like, oh, if the program is running, you can ignore this message, but the program isn't actually running. Wine legitimately crashes, despite me having it installed several times. Like, if I go to Wine, that's not Wine. If I go to Wine, you can see, like, I have normal Wine, and then I have Play on Linux, which also has a special version of Wine installed on it. It should just work, but it doesn't. And it doesn't stop there. If I open up Steam, and Steam is going to take a little while because it isn't actually set to run on startup like it usually does. Let's say Warface, right? Warface is a pretty good game. It's a first-person shooter game, and I've been having a lot of fun with Warface back in its heyday. If I can find it real quick. Also, Steam is being really buggy right now. Let me just full screen it. I can't actually find Warface in my games list. I guess it's, oh yeah, that's because I'm only listing games that are meant to be able to be run on Linux, right? So like Warface, where is it? There it is. Right, it says only available for Windows. Now I've tried this before, and it does actually boot into the launcher, but then the launcher is throwing an error because it cannot find the anti-cheat software. And that is another issue I've been having with Linux, is that like a lot of my games that I really do genuinely enjoy playing, they just don't run on Linux because they require some form of anti-cheat. Now, I know a lot of these anti-cheat programs, like this software, Easy Anti-Cheat for instance, they actually do have Linux compatibility. It's just that the people that make the game do not want to ship the Linux binaries of the anti-cheat, because they're just expecting that their players are running a Windows computer like every other pleb around the earth. What if I do not stand with what Windows does as an operating system, right? I'm supposed to be able to pick another option. Just like how someone who drives a Volkswagen can decide that they want an Audi for their next car because Volkswagen just doesn't have the right options for you, right? It should just work. But for whatever reason, people don't, and now I'm stuck here not able to play my games. I literally have, if I go to Vert Manager, I literally have 2 Windows machines right here. I still have my Windows 7 machine running here, which is on Firefox still, and I can kind of do stuff on this, but I have no display drivers, so I'm stuck in this weird ass aspect ratio. I have very minimal hardware support because I don't want this thing to drain my CPU of all its power. So what I'm left with is a machine that can play my games the way I used to be able to play them, but not as good. Which is a problem because Linux is supposed to be a better option for people like me who are concerned about how their computer behaves. Like, I don't want any random ass background tasks running. I just want to be able to play my games, right? That's the whole point of going to Linux. It doesn't have any extras. It's just what you need, tailored for your specific usage, if you get the right distro, that is. So, why should I, as a Linux user, be crippled in what I can do in my games when it's literally the better option for someone like me? And that's really one of the problems that I've been having, and I'm genuinely thinking about dual booting my machine again, because I do need Windows to do stuff like my Harry Potter speedruns, for instance. I haven't been able to do any of these speedruns because I haven't been able to set up the game. And I don't know why it should just work, but wine is just being an ass, I guess. But, like, I feel discriminated against as a Linux user, which is why I want more awareness. Sorry for shifting the camera around so much, by the way. I just want to make sure that I get, like, things on screen correctly. So yeah, I'm not happy with the Linux experience the way it is right now as also a gamer, right? I'm not asking Linux to be an all-in-one solution, but if I'm going to officially make the move to Linux, I don't mind tinkering a bit, right? I love tinkering. That's why I even thought about going to Linux in the first place. But if, with my absolute best in tinkering, if I even cannot get, like, basic games, like, for instance, Fortnite, because that's not going to work on Linux. Yeah, that's right, Fortnite doesn't run on Linux. I've seen some people getting it to work, but that's because, like, funny anti-cheat stuff. They probably just told the game to boot without the anti-cheat or something. I don't know. But I cannot get the stuff that I need to run running on Linux in order to do basic things such as playing a game. I don't mind changing a couple settings every once in a while to make sure that my game runs optimally. I don't mind having to figure out why my game isn't booting up correctly. Right? That's another ordeal that I've been going through with this machine right here, is because the graphics drivers, my computer does not like the open drivers, right? That's something I found out manually, and I'm very glad that I found that out, because it feels very satisfying to have a computer that actually runs good after some tinkering. I'm really proud of being able to tinker on my computer and fixing an issue, right? So I don't mind any of that. I just want my games to run eventually. So, like, if the game doesn't run on Linux for some reason because one of the Proton settings is wrong, and I want to change the settings in Proton to make it run right, that is cool. As long as I can ultimately get the game to run. I don't want to be limited by the game's developers or the software's developers for not shipping an essential binary that you need to run a game on Linux. It's like downloading a game and it's just the executable. None of the libraries, none of the actual texture data or level data or anything, just the executable. What the fuck do you do with just an executable if it doesn't have anything to load stuff from? You can't do shit. So that's literally my biggest gripe with running Linux at this moment, because I own a lot of games that I just cannot play right now, and I think that's sad. Anyway, that's gonna do it for now. I just wanted to go on a little bit of a tangent here because it is definitely something that I have been having issues with, and I am legitimately considering dual booting my computer again. So expect to see a couple streams in the near future for speedruns soon. Running on Windows again because sadly I need that for some reason. Anyway, I hope you all have a very great day today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.